Good morning, students. So welcome to your online class. So as usual, this week we will be doing your social political science chapter, because in the first lesson, that is in your history, we have completed one chapter. Okay, which is that chapter name? Can you please remember the chapter name? Which one we have completed? It is Christianity and Islam. So today, what I'm going to tell you is, first and foremost, I'm going to tell you how your notes should be written, how the social notes to be written, because along with this social textbook in your books, you'll be receiving two sets of 200 pages book for classwork. Okay. You will be receiving two sets of 200 pages long notebook. Long note for classwork. So one book in this two sets, two book, one book you will be keeping for classwork of history. In the same book, you are going to divide the pages. Okay, so you are going to divide, if it is 200 pages, divided by three parts. Okay, since you have got 6 parts in your social, so 3 parts in one book, that is history, political, and for sociology. One book. Okay, and another one book you are going to keep it for geography, economics, and business studies. So 200 pages book divided by for 3 parts, and again 200 pages book divided by three these things, that is geography, economics, and business studies. This is your textbook part. You will be having 2 textbooks. You will be having. This is for part 1. Okay, this is for part 1. You will be having 2 textbooks, children. That is part 1 textbook and part 2 textbook. So similarly, since it's in the month of, it's in July, so we'll be doing the part 1, because your FA1 and FA2 will be having your part 1 textbooks lessons. That is your half yearly. Okay. So along with this, you'll have another 100 pages notebook that will be for your own work. Okay. And along with that, you have got one more book, 100 pages, that will be for your UT. Okay, and again you have got 100 pages long notebook. All these are long notebooks, children's. Okay, see, again 100 pages long notebook, you'll be having whatever lesson I'll be doing in a class. Okay, so whichever the main important things I've told you in the first class itself, the important things should be recorded in a sheet of a paper or a separate book, so that if you glimpse on those points, so that it will be helpful for you to face your tests as well as exams also. I understood. So not only through textbook I'll be taking the questions for your tests. I'll be taking the questions on which points have explained you in the class itself. Okay, so that will be, and it will be like what is the book? 100 pages lesson explanation book. Okay, so this is how we are going to shuffle your book for social science. Did you understand, students? See, social textbook you will be having, that will be your part 1 textbook, 2 sets of 200 pages long notebook you will be keeping as your classwork. Among that one book of 200 pages, it will be for your history, political science, and sociology. And again, the another set of book, it will be for geography, economics, and the business studies. And one more 100 pages long notebook you'll be having for your set as an homework. and another 100 pages book, it will be said as in your UT book. One more 100 pages book you'll be having, keeping that one as lesson explanation book. Okay, so this is well enough of your explanations. I mean, sorry, about your textbook notebook. Okay, so coming back to your lesson. So today we have taken with your political science chapter, that is our constitution. What do you understand, children? What do you mean by constitution? You have been studied in your lower classes itself. What is constitution? And when did we receive our independence? All those simple points you'll be knowing about our constitution, and when did it came into an existence, the constitution. Everything you will be knowing, isn't it? So in this chapter, what we will be learning, told us, like in this chapter we'll be learning about Constituent Assembly of the Constitution. The Constituent Assembly of Constitution. We'll be learning about this. So all these points you are going to record it in your 100 pages book, which you have kept as lesson explanation book. And following to this, we have got the Constitution Drafting Committee and Framing of Constitution. The Constitution Drafting Committee and Framing of Constitution. Meanwhile, you can just open and keep your textbook also, so that you can just have a eye on your books. Next, we have got the preamble to the Constitution. Following to this, we'll be studying about the silent features of the Constitution. Following this, we'll be studying about the fundamental rights and duties and directive principle of state policy. I said you to go. On all these points we'll be studying in this chapter, that is our Constitution. One is the Constituent Assembly of the Constitution, and we'll be studying about the Constitution Drafting Committee and the framing of Constitution, what and all it required to frame this Constitution. The preamble to the Constitution. What is the logo of the Constitution? What is the preamble to the Constitution? The silent features of the Constitution. What are the silent features? What are the, a normal person, the normal human being has got a right. What is our right in a constitution? The fundamental rights. What is fundamental rights? What basically we need to have to survive in this country. Duties. What is our roles and responsibility? What is our duty towards the government? Not only the government should do their work for the people, even the people has to cooperate to the government to do the necessity work by the government. And we also studying about the directive principles of State policy. What are the principles which states for the state policy? Under what section will be giving a certain liberations for our works? And let us see the detailed about our constitution. India had faced many problems soon after the independence. Yes or no, students? Before independence, how India was? We were like a slaves for the Britishers. We were slaves for the Britishers, isn't it? Whatever they tell, we have to cooperate for their words. If not, they would have been hanged us, or they would have been given a very cruel punishment, like not like a human. They used to illiterate we people as a animals. That is how. See, the India has faced many problems soon after the independence also. Once after getting the independence also, they were having many problems. Why? Because they were having the certain classes of the family. It says that upper class 1, class 2, class 3. So they were all were like, it was like they were the slaves under this class 1 families. So that is what the India was there soon after the independence. All those jamindars, they were having more and more right about on these slaves people. So even the slaves peoples, they have to be given the same right like the other humans also. No. So that is how the constitution came into an existence, giving an equal right to all the persons in a country. See, rehabilitating the refugees who migrated from Pakistan, merger of the princely state, maintenance of the law and order are the challenges during the beginning of the independence. Soon after the independence, what happened? No, this Pakistan and India got separated, and few people of the Pakistani people, they were living in our India, and Indians were living in the Pakistan. So all this merging of the states, it was a wide problem for in India after independence. So that is what happened. No, so that today also we have fighting a issue and having a claims with this Pakistani people, telling this Jammu Kashmir belongs to us. So what we are telling, no, it was merged in that time itself, so it is treated as our one of our state. So we can't give our Jammu Kashmir to you. It's look like a crown for the India, isn't it? The Jammu Kashmir. Can we take that part and can we give it to the Pakistani people? No. Today also we are facing the same issue. After 70 years or 72 years of the independence. During the beginning independence, Sardar Patel successfully achieved the merger of princely state provinces in the Union India, who made this merging of the states and dividing the country, is none other than Sardar Patel. Even the challenges of framing constitution in order to enable the government to country also fulfilled. Now let us know about the structure of our constitution and its characteristics, about the fundamental rights and the duties mentioned therein. So we came to know that the merging was successfully done by the person called Sardar Patel, is one of a freedom fighter who fought for our country and got back our freedom to an India. So the same person was successfully able to divide those princely states and merging of other cities and states, and he was successfully did it. And now let us see what is the constitution. In that constitution, the book, what in all it has been written, what is our rights, what is our duties, and what we have to do, what government has to do for us. Understood? The Indian Constitution Assembly. The Constitution is a set of rules and regulations guiding the administration of the state. What exactly, can I erase it, students? So it has been copied, no? So I'm just going to erase this part. What is Constitution? Constitution is nothing but guiding the administration of the state in terms of rules and regulations. Yes, a simple meaning for the constitution is nothing but, it's a set of, constitution is a set of rules and regulation. Constitution itself, it's a rules and regulation where it is guiding the administration of the state. That means what state has to do for their citizens. Understood? It completely, its constitution is subjected to an India, like all the states of an India should obey the rules and regulations which is mentioned in the constitution. It is simple. Understood? It's like a Supreme Court decision. Like whatever even the Supreme Court decision also will refer this constitution book. What is the act and what is the rules and regulation which has been termed in that book? Based on that only, the decision of the court also will be given. Understood? So that level, the rules and regulation is already set for in India what the citizens or the government should follow for a better improvement of the country or development of the country. Understood? The recommendation of the Motilal Nehru Committee and decided taken by the meeting of the Congress at Karachi in 1939, the emphasis the need for the formation of the Constituent Assembly. That means this Congress committee, the meeting which was being held in Karachi as well as which has been taken in the 1939. In 1939, the Congress meeting was held at Karachi. Congress committee meeting. At Karachi. Okay, so this was in terms of drafting constitution. Okay, based on this committee meeting, as per the recommendation of the cabinet commissioners, that means in a committee they'll have the cabinet ministers, cabinet commissioners, all sects of the people, they will be sitting and deciding what it has to be given for the state. Okay, the Constituent Assembly with an Indian members at 389 members. What was the assembly consist of? It is of 389 members were there. The 389 members decided to have the constitution. With the partition of an India, the total number came down to 299. There even the 7 members from Mysore princely state. After the partition, the number just came down to 299 members after the princely state, that is Mysuru. Before independence and soon after the independence, our Karnataka was not being called as Karnataka. It was called as Mysuru only. It is said to be a Mysuru provinces only. The first meeting of new Constituent Assembly was held on 9th December 1946. So when was the first meeting was held? It was held on 9th December 1946. The next meeting on 11th December 1946, and which was under the chairmanship of, who was heading this meeting? Was none other than Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Rajendra Prasad. Under this person's chairmanship, the meeting was held on 9th December 1946, again on 11th December of 1946. The eminent person like Jawaharlal Nehru, the people who were there in that meeting was Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Maulana Abdullah Kalam Azad, C. Rajgopalachari, K.M. Munashi, T. Krishnamachari, Srimati Sarojini Naidu, Srimati Suchita Kripalani attended the meeting. These are the people who attended the meeting. The prominent peoples of Karnataka were, from our Karnataka, there were few prominent people. They were like S. Ninchilingappa, K.C. Reddy, Kengal Hanumantaya, Tekkur Subramaniam, and were also be presented in this meeting. See, on the first constituent meeting was held on 9th and 11th December of 1946 under the leadership of Dr. Rajendra Prasad, and the few people, eminent people, they attended the meeting and they made the successful. And let us see in our next class what is the drafting committee has done. Who have taken the ownership or the leadership of framing this drafting committee. Let us see in our next class, students. Please note these important points in your explanation book so that it will be helpful for your test and exams. Hope so you have understood in today's class, and let us see the next part, the drafting committee part, who were headed the drafting committee and how it was being successful in the later days. Thank you for the session, students. Have a great day.